What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing today? What's
You know
happening?
I'm
It's Will
black.
Baldon. It's Will Baldon on the screen. I'm here. Look, we've been talking before. Me and Josh are just ready to get it started, man. I'm excited to see him. I haven't talked to him in a while. I'm Will Baldon. This is Ohio TV. This is a special presentation. We got some information for you guys. There's a lot going on right now. We're going to expand on talking on what's going on, and we'll just get into it, man. Josh, how you doing?
I am blessed, Will. Blessed to be here with you today talking this out. Thank you for giving me a call. As you just seen, I had medicated before, so I'm giggly and I'm ready to go. So
I appreciate that, man. Yeah. All right. So let's get into the first question. We're just going to jump into this. The big question I got for you, Josh, if someone has only seen a few headlines today, what is the biggest thing they need to understand about the ruling that we're going over?
okay, so the biggest thing that's going on is our 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 suit with the Sandusky judge, right? So essentially, we are in a court filing to, and I may not get all these terminologies right, but we're in a court filing to try to bring our beverages, our THC hemp beverages from Applegirls Cannabis back to the market. So Senate Bill 56 essentially went into place March 20th, as I'm sure many of your viewers are familiar with. And what
Mhm.
that bill essentially did was it took us off Ohio shelves. So right now we have been seen in front of a Sandusky judge who's put a temporary restraining order halting the enforcement of Senate Bill 56 against several hemp companies. Applegirls Cannabis is one of those hemp companies. What this essentially means, Will, is that this puts a pause, a temporary pause for 14 days, and it gives, the filing a chance to argue that the law might violate federal rule.
I got you. Yo, that's a big ruling, man. That's a big deal. Because I mean, like, for one of your brands to be, it's really cool, man. So let me ask you this: why should the average Ohio consumer care about this decision? Like, why is it such a big decision? Like I said, I do understand that one of your brands is actually a well-known brand in the state, so there's a lot of love for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But how should they care about this?
I'm glad you asked, Will. How this law affects businesses is that it limits opportunities that a lot of people might consider the American dream,
Yeah,
right? So consumers won't have access to hemp derived beverages anymore in the state of Ohio. Realtors won't be able to distribute these beverages out to consumers, and employees are lost, right? Because there's a lot of opportunities here in the state. And what this really impacts is the opportunity to build an industry that involves employees and a lot of them, right? So not only do we have the production of the raw goods for this process, but we have or the employees associated with the production of the raw goods, like cultivation, but we have the employees that are involved in the processing of these goods, and we have the employees involved in the distribution of these goods, and the employees involved in the retail of these goods. So there's definitely a hurt to Ohio's employees in that sense. My personal opinion on the policy of Senate Bill 56 is that it's just totally unnecessary, and it has
yeah,
industry-wide economic impacts, I should say.
I got you. I got you. So, one argument we've seen that the hemp business is being treated differently than other cannabis business. So, like, it's different, like a separate almost from just it being legal flower or something like that. Do you believe that? what's happening is a whole is a myth, or is there a reason why to it? What's the major reasoning why this is what's going on with this?
I cannot compare our products in any way to the other side of the cannabis plant, but
Hmm.
I will say that what we do is hemp beverages, and these hemp beverages contain 0.3% THC. So we have been compliant by those rules on that half of the cannabis plant. And what we would like to do is offer more access points. And I think there's other people involved in cannabis that might not necessarily benefit from more access points. But as it relates with our industry, what I'm in right now is hemp derived THC beverages. You know, we think that this limits the consumer, the access that they wanted, and that the access that consumers thought they were voting on when they voted for issue 2.
Hmm.
That is what I'll say, but I don't know how that other side of the industry really holds up. I just know what we do and what we think is right is that people should have more access to the plant, not less access to the plant. And we believe this is the underlying reason why they voted for issue 2. So if
Yeah.
you look
So.
in issue 2 and then you consider where 56 come from,
Mhm.
I think there's a lot of people that could put 2 and 2 together. I can say,
That's what's great. That was my next question. That was great. Lead to that. I'm like, man, it just looks like they just trying to shut it all down. But go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, so that's what I'll have to say. I can only comment on us as a business, not necessarily directly where I think the so-called possible attack is coming from.
Yeah, it's sad, man. I wonder why there's such pushback. That's the for me. It's like bewilderment. You know what I'm saying? Like just the wildness of whatever. Why we're pushing back against something that is just a universal thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a universal plant, regardless if it is THC or hemp derived. It's just
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like it's something that helps. And even though it comes from the same type of plant, it's you know what I'm saying, it's just crazy to me. So
Yeah, we
uh,
like to think that our products offer consumers something that's very helpful to them.
yeah, yeah.
We honestly believe in that. We wholeheartedly believe in that.
I hear you. So over the last few months, what has that actually looked like for a business trying to operate in your environment that you're in right now?
Well, Will, what that's looked like is a whole bunch of tomfoolery, right? I think that I am super proud of my team, the way they've been able to tap dance and
Mhm.
hula hoop through this entire situation. So while we're at it, I want to give a whole shout out to all of my founders because I'm just the face of this company. So when you see us tiptoe through these little balancing acts, just know it takes a whole team to be on point, to understand what that
There's a
legislation
lot
looks
of
like.
moving parts. It's a lot
Right.
of moving parts.
And while I'm talking about how proud I am of my team, I will let you know since Monday, we have got the news that we are allowed to continue to operate for 14 days. So, since then, which is not even 7 days, we orchestrated the return of our inventory through 3 different semi trucks in 3 different locations, where we received them all at our central warehouse in Nelsonville, Ohio, and was capable to get them out to our sales team, which has already distributed them back to almost 50 of our previous 300 stores that we have all in a
That's
week,
amazing.
while simultaneously getting the call from Jackie O's, who was in charge of the beverages at the Nelsonville Music Festival. So the
Mhm.
other half of my team was working on making this deal for us to be at the festival that I just left. So from Monday till Thursday when we had to show up at the festival. My team acted like this, right? And because of that team, we were able to reconnect with customers that we have strong feelings about reconnecting with. So that is really the story where it's at right now. We had one of the best weeks in the history of the company, and I think that's a direct result of the support and love that we get from Ohioans that love our product.
I'm glad that
Yeah,
everything is working out for you. So
for a week, right? And I can't say where. I All I know is they got something there that they want to look at, right? And I can't decide, I can't say, hey, this is right or this is wrong, but I can tell you, I think that what we're doing, is something that Ohioans want. So yeah, they're going to take a look at this, and it's ongoing, and yeah, we're just looking forward to supporting whatever decision is made, and we'll just respect the legal process and let this roll out the way that it should.
I got you. So let me ask you this: like, do you think if you guys get a full decision as the case continues, would this be a big push in fighting against a lot of the lobbying of medical marijuana and recreational marijuana?
I'm sorry, Will, but this is where I don't think I can really comment on right now, just due to the
Mhm.
ongoing decision that needs made.
I got you. I got you. Okay. So we'll use that and we'll transition and we'll do that. Let me
I,
ask you.
I feel bad, but there's
No,
just,
no. It's
it's,
it's perfect. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do, bro, man. You're in on active case, so we appreciate you talking to it. Like I said, it's very good news for us to understand and know what's going on and be able to understand where you're at in the process of the system. So
yeah.
I got you. So let me do this. Why are these companies included in the ruling, and what does that mean for everyone else who wasn't?
Well, the companies that were included in the ruling and why is because those were the companies that decided to file the suit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, do we look forward to a better day in the industry as it relates to everybody? Yes. And not just talking, not even talking, just put
Yeah.
all of this aside. Applegirls Cannabis will continue to fight for different types of cannabis legislation. It's an ongoing fight. And until the day, in my personal opinion, business aside, and I mentioned this at the State House last 2 weeks ago, until we have deli style in this state where a consumer can go up and pick out his product by using his nose, until that point, we're probably going to be active in any sort of legislation that undermines the potential of God's plant here.
I hear you. I hear you. And I'm all for it. I got you. All right, man. So if I'm a consumer right now walking into a store, what's different because of this ruling? What's actually changed in the law?
Okay, so what has changed in the law? Are you referring to the actual moment, what we're doing right now, or what changed with
Yes.
Senate Bill? So, what has changed right now is as if it went back to before Senate Bill 56. So
Mm-hmm.
now we are not restrained by the zero point 0.4 milligram
That's right.
THC limit. We can go back to selling the high milligram products that we focused on before during this 14-day period. And will our focus remains on serving customers and following the legal process as it always has.
Yes, sir.
That's really the main point here, is that's also what it goes back to. It allows us to serve our customers under the compliance that was set forth to us when we started this journey with hemp beverages.
You got you. You got you. So, does the court see any type of merit in the rulings that are made? Do they actually see that this could be a good thing, possibility?
I can't comment on what the judge may see because I'm not there. All I can say is that we believe our position actually has merit, not
Mm,
because the matter is currently before a court. I'm not going to speculate on outcomes. We'll respect the
mm-hmm.
legal process, let that play out. But I believe it has merit, and I believe and there was a temporary restraining order on the law for 14 days. So I don't know if that dictates that there was merit, but
Mm-hmm.
that's what happened.
I got you.
I think there's been some instances where that hasn't been the case, right? People
Mm-hmm.
weren't granted that 14 days.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, in best case scenario, what does a sensible help beverage framework in Ohio look like?
So
Speaking from you.
if it were up to me, which it's not, but if it were up to me, sensible framework would look similar to the tier 3 system that they have in a lot of other states, like for instance Tennessee, right? And I believe, yeah, so what I mean by tier 3 is there's the producers of the product, there's the
Mm-hmm.
transporters of the product, and then there's the retailers of the product. So what this tier 3 system does is it basically balances these three aspects of the industry out, which allows regulators, or in my eyes would allow regulators to kind of see faults quicker, right? It has to go through three hands. So if there's anything that's like not triple, quadruple check that whole time is
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Of course, if you're a producer like Jackie O's here in Ohio, Jackie O's Brewery, one of the best breweries, best product, IPAs, all sorts of great beers come from right here in Ohio at Jackie O's. They produce their own product. They can't distribute their own product, and they
Mm-hmm.
can only retail their own product unless they're at their own establishment. I would like to
I
see
got you.
something similar, right? So, where beverage companies can actually retail their product right at, where they manufacture the product.
Yeah.
I would like to see that. I think a sensible framework would include being able to do tastings, right? So right now at the part, or not right now, but like last week, I did a tasting at the Party Source there in Covington, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
So we were able to pour out that and let consumers taste it and try the flavors. Similar to the deli style I talked about before, but only with pop. I think the sensible framework actually lets consumers get familiar with the product. I think it looks that lax, as long as you have age gating similar to that bottle of liquor or similar to buying a pack of cigarettes. I think this is a fair meet in the middle type of deal, you
I
know.
got you. I got you. I got you. Yeah, I mean that sounds fair to me. I mean, if I can get something that is like branded with their name at a store, if they had a brick and mortar, you know what I'm saying, something that I
Yeah.
know that is relative that runs through them, I'd be more inclined to buy. So
Yeah.
I got you. I got you. So if lawmakers, let me ask you this, and this I'll leave this alone. If lawmakers were sitting here right now, what do you think they're getting wrong about the industry?
My personal opinion, a lot of things. But, we're gonna let the courts address
I
the
got you,
legal
bro.
questions.
I just
I'm
gotta ask the
sorry,
question.
man.
I just gotta ask. Just gotta ask. Just gotta
I'm
ask.
sorry.
You know what I'm saying? You straight, brother. You straight. All right. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you, man. We appreciate you
Yep.
taking time with us,
Yep.
brother. All right.
Yep.
That's all the questions I got. And like I
All
said,
right.
I know there's some hard questions in there, but we just want to make sure we get the data. and get it from a place where we know we get it from gold. So we get it from Josh, and Josh right here is a man that's been in this fight for just locked in. I mean, I've met his mentor at the Cannabis Museum. I've gone through them. I've met him time and time again. He's at every event, so he believes in this dream. So you guys support. Go out there, get you some app girls. You know what I'm saying? Give him some love because Josh is in this fight every day. So
Thank you, Will. I appreciate that, man. And I look forward to some of our conversations once the dust settles on this. You know what I mean?
absolutely, man, absolutely, and I'm ready. So
We
we'll
could,
we'll keep everything informed on what's going on right here. Josh, we'll keep you locked in, man. We'll check in on another update. If you guys make sure you're tuning in on Ohio TV for all the latest news that we got going on. So love you guys.
my man.